In this series, I will show you how to play Smells Like Teen Spirit. This is specifically for those who love this riff, but also find it daunting for absolute beginner guitarists. I will take you every step of the way to show you how to play this wonderful riff, from an absolute beginner to practically playing this riff with confidence. I will introduce simplified versions of this riff to accompany all levels of beginner guitarists, but it can scale upwards in difficulty from level 1, level 2 to level 3. In this series, I will teach you how to practice effectively, how to tune your guitar, how to read tablature, how to play along with a metronome, guitar fingering fundamentals, how to play in time, how to play your desired riff, of course, and much, much more. If you want to know about my qualifications, I have been playing guitar for over 2 years now, and about 1.5 years with a tutor, so I've had some sort of experience with how to tutor, I guess, with the way he tutored me. I've analyzed beginner guitar books and lessons online to know their secrets so I can incorporate them in this series, which we believe will prove immensely beneficial to your guitar learning journey. Hope you enjoy. This is level 2 of how to play It Smells Like Teen Spirit Simple. In this level, we will play faster, use different rhythms, and this is where we build on what we learned from the last lesson, and introduce new fingerings and a slightly more difficult way to play this wonderful riff, as well as learning more fundamental things generally about learning guitar. Firstly, I'd like to introduce some pre-practice. So before your practice, to make it as efficient as possible, your practice session, getting a bit of a stretch on with your fingers or your hands is perfect, because then we know we're getting the max hand movements. You know, like, it's like stretching at the gym. If you ever go into the gym, you stretch beforehand, your muscles feel great. You know, so it's like your hands. Your hands are doing a lot of things, you know, so stretching them beforehand helps a lot. Makes it feel better while playing as well. So we need to take care of them. So do all that, search up some stretches. I personally like to do just this, a bit of that, also with the hands, that just stretches the wrists a bit. And that. Just do whatever. You know, do anything that just feels good. Alright. So, now that we got that out of the way, I'd also like to introduce where to place our wrist on the guitar. So in last lesson, maybe you're playing like that, or however you would like to play, but I'll show you the correct way to play the guitar and where to put your wrist. Alright, so on how to play, we'd like to have our wrist stationary on this place. So it's not too relevant to say the name of it. We don't really know or need to know all the names of this guitar yet, or the guitar yet. But you see this place? It should be on all your guitars. It's where the strings end. You should, at the end of it, you should place your wrist. And of course my guitar sounds a little bit out of tune, hasn't tuned yet, but that is where to place your wrist. So we don't want to see none of that. But you know, we can just, but make sure you're not doing it too hard, but yeah. So yeah, just place it not placed too hard, because then that's probably what's making it go out of tune. Because if you place too hard, then it kind of makes that weird tangy sound. But if you just rest it there, then that's how to play. So just a reminder, don't move with your elbow like that. Move with your wrist, of course. like that. So hopefully we got all that sorted out now. Alright, so another thing that we'll talk about is the use of the pick. So you might ask, how am I supposed to hold it? You know, how do I, etc., right? So a lot of beginners, they tend to hold it sort of like that, which is completely fine for beginning, but form is everything when it comes to guitar. If we have the incorrect form, then it's almost like counterproductive practice. So let's just make sure we're getting that. Let's like twist the pick a bit so it's not like that, but rather like that. So like, not just to be specific, not like that, but just twist it a little. That's how you should hold it. Right, so awesome. Alright, now to move on to the actual riff. So, last lesson I told you that you don't, in terms of learning this riff, you don't really need to focus on any other string in terms of tuning your guitar of the E and this E string and A string. But we're going to introduce a new string here, and it's going to be the D string, so the one below the A string. So these three are going to have to be all tuned correctly. You don't really need to focus on the bottom three. So now that we got that out of the way, I'll put the tablature above me. Now it might look a bit, we might need to like interpret it a bit, see where I need the hands to be taken. But so if the last riff was here, and that was 1, as we can see on the tablature here, we have a 3 on the A string. So we won't be playing it with our middle finger. That sounds completely fine, by the way. That's how it's supposed to be played. That's how it's supposed to sound. Sorry, that's how it's supposed to be sound. But that doesn't look right because your fingers are stretching too far and it's just uncomfortable. And we don't use the pinky because that's also too far and that's also too uncomfortable. But we use our ring finger. So 1, sorry about that. That's how, I'm pretty sure that happened last episode as well. That's funny. But so yeah, so 1 on the E string, 3 on the A string. So your fingers should look like that. Now that we got that position, we're going to be playing that, not in the rhythm of, well, actually at the moment, like, and then after that we have the same form of our hand, but we just move it down 1 string. So from E A to A D, same numbers, but just move it down 1 string. So, and then same thing up here. So once you got that down, you can move up here and do the same like in last lesson. So let's try it. Awesome. So now, like last lesson, let's try and count this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, not playing like at the start. We play 1, 2, 3. Not playing on the beat 4 and the beat 1 after that. So 1, 2, 3, don't play, don't play. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, don't play, don't play. 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now we can try it with a metronome. just very quickly, and then we can move on to the next. So you can sort of imagine this lesson as like, like at the moment that this riff, this tablature you can see here, you can think of it as like level 1.5. Towards the end of the video, we'll introduce the actual level 2 tablature, because at first we're gonna have to get used to this and then introduce a new rhythm. So let's stick to 80 beats per minute, just like last lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, just getting comfortable with the beat and counting along with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Don't play. Don't play. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Don't play. Don't play. 2, 3, 4. Awesome. 1, 2, 3. Don't play. Don't play. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Don't play. Don't play. 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Just make sure you rewind the video, get that down pat, until you move on to the next riff. Alright, now if you've mastered that 1.5 level styled riff of Smells Like Teen Spirit, now we can move on to this riff, which is Introduce New Rhythm. So it will be above my guitar here, like always. And as we can see, the rhythm looks a bit different. And the first note you hold a bit longer, as we can see here. So it's hold for 1.5 beats instead of 1 beats. So for instance, I'll play the rhythm here. Awesome. Now that seems daunting at first, but with enough practice with a metronome, rhythm can get very easy. That was absolutely the worst part of my guitar playing and piano playing, but I eventually got used to it. So, let's try it with a metronome. Now at first, of course, we can go slow since it's a new rhythm. We'll go 60 beats per minute. Alright, so let's just get comfortable. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're no longer playing on 2, but we're playing at the middle of 2, so it'd sound like this. Oh wait, sorry. So we're no longer playing on 2, we're actually playing in the middle of 2, but we're still playing on 3. So I'll give an example here with the metronome. Let's just get comfortable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that seems very slow at first, but with everything that we try new at guitar, we first take it slow so we can learn how to do it fast. Like once we know how to do it slow, then we can go faster, and then we can eventually reach the right speed. So once we're all good at 60, then we can do 80. So let's try that. Remember, getting comfortable with the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. My bad. Alright, I'll count for us. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how it should sound, right? And make sure you got that down pat. Make sure you practice it heaps. Now the rhythm's going to be very tricky at first with the metronome, but start slow and eventually build your way up. Alright, thank you for watching and thank you for investing your time into this series. And congratulations on making it to level 2 as an absolute beginner guitarist. And hopefully we can see you in the next video, the last video of this series. See ya.